to Omaha for the first time since a runner-up finish in 2022. And this year they slayed mighty Georgia Tech on the road to Middle America. They faced the #7 national seed Alabama back in Omaha for the first time since the turn of the century. Day one yesterday had two great games. Tyrus Hall drove in 4 from the 9 spot in West Virginia's lineup as the Mountaineers won their first game in Omaha in program history, knocking off Troy. Then Jason DeCaro showed some emotion. He outlasted Taylor Rabe, and #5 North Carolina got a couple late home runs, and the Tar Heels shut the door on Ole Miss. 8 teams here. Those 4 played yesterday. These 4 on the right played today in the SEC Invitational. Double elimination within each bracket, and then the bracket winners meet starting next Saturday in a best-of-3 championship series. With that, we say hello and welcome to Omaha. Eduardo Perez, Ben McDonald, and I'm Mike Monaco, and Taylor McGregor joins us in a moment. Day one was great yesterday. We had a couple of close games. We had a premium pitching matchup at night. We had a straight steal of home in the first game in the first inning. And today we get Oklahoma and Alabama, and that means we get to watch for the Tide, projected top 10 pick, Justin LeBron.
Pure makeup. It's going to be phenomenal, and one of the big reasons is it was a slow start to him this season. Hit .260 with a boatload of errors. Since May 1st, he's been phenomenal, and he's one of the big reasons why Alabama is here in the College World Series. He can hit, he can run, he can defend. He just has that charisma, and he wears the uniform well. The kid is looking for a championship to end his career here in Alabama.
Not many people, meanwhile, expected Oklahoma to be here. It's been a roller coaster season. They lost 4 straight series to end the regular season. They had an early exit in Hoover. But then they rolled into Atlanta for the regionals, and they stunned #2 Georgia Tech with a pair of phenomenal comebacks. What's the secret, Big Ben?
Well, the secret's been the long ball for them. I mean, the season didn't end the way they wanted to. Only 4-9 their final 13 games, but Skip Johnson went back to his junior college roots, and he said, you know what, 2-a-day workouts and a little bit of fried chicken, and that's
the Sooners and the Crimson Tide next.
I'm just taking it all in because, I mean, this really is like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Being able to punch a ticket on Monday was amazing. And all I heard was crack. It's going to be amped up for sure. It's the greatest show on dirt.
Watching the 2026 Men's College World Series, and today we have Oklahoma and Alabama to kick off day 2. Now, of course, getting here to Omaha is a dream come true for any baseball player. But for Oklahoma's second baseman, Kyle Branch, this one hits just a little bit differently, as his brother, Colby Branch, is also here as the shortstop for the Georgia Bulldogs. They called the journey to get here absolutely incredible, which started when Oklahoma had to travel to Atlanta to knock off #2 Georgia Tech.
The Oklahoma Sooners head to Atlanta.
Right when they announced it, I was like, well, we're close to Athens. Have our whole family there. It's really special.
They were pumped. It was right next to each other. I got to spend a day with Kyle. The whole family got to see Tech and OU play.
It's 2 brothers on the field, one at Georgia, one at Oklahoma.
We met up with each other last year at Foley Field. Getting to do it on the big stage is just surreal.
They said they competed in just about everything growing up, from racing to go get snow cones to, of course, backyard baseball. And that competition followed them here to Omaha. You see that photo on the left of your screen. On Wednesday, the family met up for a round of putt-putt. You see Dad Rusty, Colby, younger brother Carson, Kyle, Mom Carrie, and then younger brother Cooper. And naturally had to ask, well, who won? And Mike, Kyle claims that he was the victor.
He also said he's a scratch golfer, which we got to get more details on that. Check out the Oklahoma batting order, brought to you by Capital One with Kyle Branch in it. So you got brother. You have father-son, too, because Jackson Willits is the shortstop who bats cleanup. And the guy who leads the offense on the Oklahoma coaching staff is the associate head coach, his father, Reggie Willits.
Yeah, and he's a complete hitter who quietly drives in winning innings and gives winning at-bats. So don't get your eyes off of him. Stay on him because he gives you quality at-bats.
Well, that lineup's going to face the big right-hander. All 6'5" of him, Tyler Fay, the redshirt junior. I tell you what, he has had a heck of a year. 11 wins. How about 103 innings pitched? That's the most in the SEC. Look, he is back home where he grew up in the Cornhusker State. So control your emotions being back home. A lot of family and friends here. And, of course, get that slider going. His slider's his best pitch. 149 opponent's batting average with a 40% swing and miss. D1 average on the slider, swing and miss about 31%.
First pitch heater is bumped in for a strike to Jason Walk, and away we go. Walk, the center fielder in this Oklahoma lineup. 38 wins for the Sooners this year. Told you they stunned number 2 Georgia Tech in the regionals. They swept number 15 Kansas in Lawrence in the Supers. Walk faces Tyler Fay. Might have seen that line on his bio. He's from Doniphan, Nebraska, about 2 hours from here. He told us the other day he came to games here maybe 4 or 5 different times at the College World Series. And so for a local kid, he told us this means a ton.
You know it does. And you know the heartbeat is really high right now. As we talked about back at home, went to Grand Island High School here in Nebraska.
Exactly what Fay wanted, to get ahead of Jason Walk. Walk struggles with 2 strikes, just tries to put the ball in play. So far this season, 0-32 when he's behind in the count with 2 strikes, either 0-2 or 1-2.
And Tyler Fay is a guy who can really pump in strikes. Second team SEC righty. And it's a good arm too. I mean, up to 96 there. Seen him up to 97 this year.
And it's a little bit lower arm slot. You can see the movement on that fastball. It's got some left to right hop to it. There's his usage. 4-seam fastball, 25%. That slider is a real banger, but he'll throw that 2-seamer as well.
He left that up. It's into center, and it falls down in front of Bryce Fowler. 2-strike hitting.
Throw everything away, boys. They did not have batting practice. It rained all morning here. Grounds crew doing a fantastic job of getting this ballpark and field ready. Pitch up in the zone, drives it right back up the middle.
Now, a big part of Oklahoma's game is they love to steal bases. 124 stolen bases on the year, so they will pick them up and put them down. And Jason Walk, who just led off with a single, 15 bags on the year.
They talk about chaos as the identity of their offense.
They want to pressure you up, and they'll do a little bit of everything offensively. Not a huge home run hitting team, but as of late, they've been hitting it out of the ballpark. 83 of those on the year.
And a lot of them recently. And I promise we're not going to let you forget the comment about fried chicken 2-a-days. We're going to get into that. Ben was not lying. Snap throw to check on Jason Walk.
I just want to know if they use honey or hot honey or no honey at all.
The secret was the fried chicken, and it got this offense rolling, man. We talked about it in the open. 6.6 runs per game during the regular season, but how about 10 runs per game in 7 NCAA tournament games?
2-0 on Camden Johnson. Lifts this left center field. Fowler goes back. All kinds of room out there, and he runs it down for the first out.
Oh, he hit that one well. This ballpark right now, wind blowing left to right a little bit. Probably held it, but well barreled. Big ballpark. Just letting it know how it plays.
102 off the bat of Camden Johnson. And now Deitan Lachance, JUCO transfer, who's from Quebec and one of the great personalities that we've talked to of all the 8 teams here. Saw those 15 home runs. Deitan Lachance has hit 11 of them since the start of May. That's tied for the most in the country since the start of May. Didn't have a single home run his first 31 games. He told us the other day his bat really had to adjust from junior college ball to the SEC.
It's a ball.
Just down to start from Tyler Fay.
Fay pretty quick to the plate, around 1-2-2 to 1-2-5.
And that's pretty good for a tall guy. It's all 6'5" of them, because those big long guys, sometimes it takes them a little bit of time to unwind and get that ball to home plate.
It's a bigger lead right now.
Put those numbers in context. What can you steal on?
with his speed, you have to look at a 1.35 or more. And it depends now on the jump. Can he get a good jump? Can he pick something off from what Faye does on the mound?
Lachance pulls it down the line, foul.
The key to holding a runner when you know he's going to go is come set with the pitch clock, be able to come set a little bit earlier and hold the ball for 4 or 5 seconds and make that base runner, because you don't want that base runner getting that momentum and inching toward the next base. When they start to do that, they're going to take a 90 on it. If you can come set early and just let them hold, let them sink in the dirt a little bit, you got a good chance of keeping them right where they are.
Little rollover left side. Justin LeBron got rid of it. The turn from Branch is not in time to double up Deitan Lachance.
Secure one. That's exactly what they were able to do there. LeBron just giving the feed to second. Now the feed a little bit more on the outfield side. So really difficult for Branch to turn. He's set up there, but down. Sometimes you just want to hold on to it. But you're knowing that the catcher is running. Times are a little bit different. Might as well let it go.
2 outs, man at first. And this is the aforementioned cleanup man at shortstop, Jackson Willits. Dad Reggie, the associate head coach and a former Sooner himself. Then, of course, brother Eli last summer went first overall to the Nationals. Skip Johnson gives Reggie Willits a ton of credit. He told us when they were here in 2022 that Reggie Willits brought a fresh air back to Skip. Phase 1-1. Just misses. 2-1 the count on Willits.
It's a really good take right there on an 87-mile-per-hour pitch. Took a little bit off. Tracked it the entire way.
It's a real 4-pitch mix for Tyler Faye. Fastball, slider, changeup, and the cutter is the least used pitch, but he has one of those as well.
Willits into center field. That's a base hit with 2 outs for Oklahoma. 2 on.
So when the ball gets elevated, Oklahoma's been able to put a barrel on it. Now, Tyler Faye will throw a 2-seamer and a 4-seam fastball. So he'll go down when he needs to. He'll elevate that 4-seamer from time to time. Might have a little bit of an injury right here.
Yeah, that's Deitan Lachance, 3-hitter and catcher for the Sooners, reaching down at his left leg and flexing it out.
Oh, that's not good right there.
Looks like an ankle. He must have rolled his ankle.
Ankle or calf, one of the two.
Oh, he rolled it to the
is.
outside, the left ankle. Stepped right on the, watch where he steps. Kind of looking where the ball is and steps right on the corner of the bag, and that hurts.
Tell you this, it's going to take a lot to get him out of it. You got a kid that played hockey growing up, still has all his teeth.
He's a big Montreal Canadiens fan. Was a great defenseman in his own right growing up.
And he's a big kid, too. He would have been the...
Yeah. Enforcer for sure.
Yeah. Now,
no doubt.
You got to keep an eye on him now. Anything hit in the air, it's going to be seeing how his secondary is moving. He's still feeling it out there.
Yeah, he's hurting. When they get a chance, they may very well just tape that ankle up.
And that's big here. I know it's a first inning, but pretty pivotal. Trey Gamble takes down 24-year-old senior DH in the 5 spot. And this dude oozes patience. He has the lowest chase rate on the team. 3rd lowest chase rate in the entire SEC. Rarely swings and misses.
And cuts through this. On cue. On cue, you're right. He's got elite strike zone control. 444 on base percentage.
We got 2 pitchers today that fill up the strike zone. I mean, you look at Tyler Faye, 24 walks, that's it, and 103 and 121 strikeouts.
1-1. And Faye coming off a gem last weekend in the Supers. 7 1/3 scoreless. 9 strikeouts, 113 pitches in Tuscaloosa, where he left to an ovation with the crowd chanting his name.
7 quality starts on the year out of 17 starts. Quality start, of course, at least 6 innings worked, 3 earned runs or less.
1-2. Just up 2-2 on Gamble.
You look at this entire at-bat, he's already seen everything that Fay has. This might be an advantage for Gamble as the game continues. Right now, it's a matter of making adjustments and recognizing already what he has seen during this at-bat.
2 on, 2 out, first inning. Tyler Fay's 2-2. Hit well toward the gap in right center field, and that'll drop down and get toward the wall. Lachance scores. Willett's on his heels, and Oklahoma strikes first with 2.
All 3 hits this inning have been on pitches up. This one was a slider that stayed up, and he had already recognized it because he had seen it already in this at-bat. You keep the pitch up. So far, give Oklahoma a lot of credit for recognizing and capitalizing on it.
Yeah,
see the spin, tumbles right in the zone.
Just a nothing breaking ball. Just what we call the old cement mixer right in the heart of the plate. And this is what I call the first inning blues right here. And boy, Lachance coming around second base. He is not moving very well, but he didn't have to on this one. All he had to do was jog around with the ball out in the right center field gap, but you can clearly see he is hurting.
Brendan Brock cuts through the heater. Cement or cement for the Northerners?
Yes. Depending on where you're from.
Cleat already off for Deitan Lachance, getting that left ankle looked at.
Yeah, they're going to tape that thing up. Give him a little bit more support.
Nothing at 2 on Brock, who's a guy who has split the catching duties this year with Deitan Lachance. And Brock, very talented, very good athlete. Kyler McDaniel's got him top 90 on his MLB draft ranking. So a top 3-round type of talent. Tyler Fay's 0-2.
How about Oklahoma already scoring 73 runs in the first innings? The last 60 games.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the first inning blues for starting pitchers, man. You just don't know what's working. What you left the bullpen with doesn't necessarily translate to the game mound. And Tyler Fay right now struggling with the breaking ball up in the zone.
This one's skied to right center by Brendan Brock. Payton steals over, and so is the inning. But not before Oklahoma strikes, capitalizing on pitches up in the zone. And Trey Gamble drives in 2. Sooners are red hot, and they lead since 1999. They bat for the first time, and their batting order is brought to you by Capital One. Justin LeBron's the star, but maybe the most consistent hitter all year has been the LSU transfer last year, Brady Neal.
Yeah, you can't fall asleep on Brady Neal, who has really turned it around from last year and has had all the confidence at the plate, both from each side of the plate. So really impressed what he's been able to do.
And that lineup will face the big left-hander. When I say big, I mean big. 6'6", 237-pound Cord Rager. Just a freshman, and boy, he has not disappointed in his freshman year. He's been good, and he has saved his best for last 2. First 12 starts of the year, not 1 quality start. His last 2 in postseason play have both been quality starts. Keep the momentum going. Those 2 starts outstanding, both of them which were quality starts. And keep an eye on the long ball, too. The one blip on the radar for him is he's allowed 16 home runs as Cord Rager in just 64 innings of work.
His catcher, Deitan Lachance, just jogged out here, but was clearly favoring that left ankle. And keep an eye on this first pitch. Bryce Fowler sometimes likes to hunt a first pitch fastball, and Cord Rager throws a ton of strikes and a ton of fastballs.
Got time.
And we got time called before. Wow, how about that? Pitch clock on Cord Rager, who's now motioning up at his pitch communication device. Line is Baker's the home plate umpire. So Cord Rager's first pitch ever in Omaha is a 1-0. And first pitch swinging, it's popped foul.
You were on it too. For the game, you said keep an eye on keep an eye on Fowler. He's could go up there, swing at the first pitch, left on left. He's aggressive, and he's looking for that fastball numbers that he's very good against.
Fifth-year senior from Madison, Mississippi is behind 1 and 2, and that is an easy 95 out of that big left arm.
That's what they look like. And Cord Rager is what they look like, man. This is a big leaguer. Big arm fastball will tick mid-90s. He'll show you a little bit better than that from time to time. And he's heavy on that fastball. He trusted 62% of the time.
A strikeout to start for Cord Rager, discarding Fowler. Yeah, that's what Skip Johnson said to us this morning. He said, if you want to draw him up, it's him. It's Cord Rager. And he said the sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah, it is. And look, he was a two-way guy in high school. Matter of fact, he was the #1 rated first baseman in the state of Texas his senior year. But when he got to campus, Skip Johnson said, hey, big fella, you're going to be doing your work on the bump for me this year.
Hey, big fella. That's what you said when you kind of sized him up the other day.
Yeah.
You said, you are a big boy. Justin LeBron, first pitch swinging to, and that's popped up at Deitan Taki. 2 quick outs for Cord Rager.
And Skip Johnson told us about his big left-handed freshman. He said he is not afraid. He will just go after you with those fastballs, and he has. Now, the cutter's good. Opponent's hitting 148 on the cutter. The curveball even better. How about the curveball numbers? He throws it 15% of the time, but opponent's hitting 050 on that curveball of his, and he'll show you an occasional changeup as well. And one thing to keep an eye on Rager, his extension towards home plate. I mean, think about this. He's a big guy. So he's right at 7'1" of extension towards home plate. Well, what does that mean? The average big league pitcher lets the ball go about 6 feet 3 inches from the rubber towards home plate. He's letting it go a little over 7 feet. So he's gaining an extra 10 inches on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And it's playing more like 97 with that extension.
Brady Neal sees 95.
I just can't help but look on the mound and see Clayton Kershaw. I see a young version of what Clayton Kershaw was earlier.
And where does extension come from? It comes from the bottom half of pushing. See how hard he pushes and how far he gets down the slope? He is using his lower half.
And then he snaps that in too.
And that's the ability as a hitter when you see a pitcher throwing in the mid-90s and then all of a sudden can snap that slider for a strike. Now he's going to induce a chase. He can go up with a fastball, he can go down and away and repeat that slider.
1-2. Brady Neal strikes out. Cord Rager is what they look like.
And that's what a real breaking ball looks like. And I'm going to tell you, folks, anything turned like that, it ought to have a blinker on it. That's big time down and away right there. Cord Rager, the freshman, 2 punch-outs in the first inning.
No chance. No chance.
Eddie, what about you?
Oh, I wouldn't even touch 60.
Too busy golfing?
Too busy golfing and then too busy on the surgery table, most likely, if I try to break 60.
Well, top 2, day 2, game 1 here in Omaha at the Men's College World Series. Speedy Desan Harris leads off against Tyler Fay, who drops in a beautiful changeup to make it 0-2.
Yeah, Tyler Fay needs a quick one here. 25 pitches in his first inning.
Fay, again, the local boy, told us the other day it's been awesome to get to this stage. He told us he's had hundreds of people texting him. He said, basically everybody I know. His wife, Chloe, and her family from Nebraska, too. Low bouncer left side. Harris can fly. Jason Torres got rid of it, but not in time.
Jason Torres did everything he could on that one, and he did it perfectly. It's just the speed. From the left side, you're playing a couple steps away from the bag, behind the bag. That speed right there is irreplaceable. Put it on the ground and continue to add pressure to the defense. And now for the second time, you get the leadoff hitter on base for Oklahoma.
Sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. And that's a young man, 18 for 19 in stolen bases, and he is a threat to go just about in any situation.
You had asked Eddie earlier today to Skip Johnson, what's the key? He said leadoff men aboard.
And that's what they've done, and the success that they've had in the regionals and super regionals is getting the leadoff hitter on board. They've been able to execute once they have been on base.
2-0 on Deitan Taki in the 8th spot. Senior from Fort Worth, who has 8 home runs this year. 5 of them in the NCAA tournament, including the heroic regional winning shot to upset the #2 overall team, Georgia Tech.
And he's in that lineup because he also can hit left-handed pitchers in a small sample size. An OPS over an 1100 plays.
Top of the zone strike from Tyler Fay. Taki 2 years at junior college and now 2 years with Oklahoma. That's been even better this year than last year.
Yeah, that ball wasn't close to being a strike, but still, looking back, he's got to just turn the page right here. Now 3-2. He threw him a slider. Does he come back with it, or does he try to elevate the fastball?
Payoff. Taki strikes out as Brady Neal hangs on to it.
Well, take a look at the last 2 pitches right here. 3-1 count, a little backdoor breaking ball. He threw it perfectly, and that kind of gets him back into count 3-2. And after he shows him a backdoor breaking ball, he just grabs that old 4-seam fastball and goes right up top shelf. Foul tipped right into the glove of Brady Neal, and a big strikeout for Tyler Fay.
Kyle Branchen's in the 9th spot. Corralled by Luke Vaughn.
Hey, be mindful.
We've seen everything from Tyler Fay so far. Does it feel to you guys like his fastball's been his best pitch?
Yeah, I mean, the breaking balls are just kind of spinning to me right now, and that's not uncommon early in the ball game. And worse than that, it's been a little bit elevated, kind of up, out over the plate.
I'm a firm believer that you have to be able to establish that for fastball early. If you're able to do it with different quadrants, it just makes the hitter a little bit more uncomfortable.
You saw Rob Vaughn in that Alabama dugout. Third-year head coach, 38 years young, native of Humble, Texas, has done an awesome job since he took over under wild circumstances a few years ago.
Yeah. Well, how about back-to-back 40-plus win seasons for Rob Vaughn in Alabama? That's the first time they have done that. You got to go back to 2005 and 2006, the last time Alabama had back-to-back seasons of at least 40 wins.
On the ground left side, Jason Torres for 1 on the first, and it's 2.
Let the defense play, and that's exactly what happened here. Jason Torres opening up, taking a back step. Love the way he did it. Great feed to second for the turn for 2. Alabama coming back up.
Do it right.
First of 2 games today, still to come, 8 Eastern right here on ESPN. Top 6 showdown, Texas and Georgia. First time that we've had this format. It goes back to 1988, that an entire side of the bracket is from one conference. All SEC on display on this Saturday. Cord Rager struck out 2 in an 8-pitch first. 4, 5, and 6 begins with Jason Torres.
Yeah, he struck out the 2 lefties that he faced, and Rager has dominated left-handed hitters this year. Lefties hitting 169 off the freshman Rager. And he's got 4 of the 9 he will face will be left-handers.
Nothing at 2 on Torres, who started his career in Miami, now in year 2 with Alabama, and he had the signature swing of Alabama's season. I guess right there with Brady Neal. Grand slam in the supers to get Alabama back to Omaha for the first time since 1999.
See that velocity, 95. You explained earlier the extension that he has. That plays up, maybe in a perceived velocity around 97, maybe touching 98.
For old 99. Rager's 1-2. Check swing foul. We told you Rager throws his fastball a ton. 62% fastball usage. That's top 10 in the SEC.
You have to force him to get it down if you're the hitter. Cannot chase those pitches up in the zone.
1-2.
Yeah, and it's an easy 95. You don't see many true freshmen be mechanically clean as he is. It's just nice and simple, a little pivot and a push as he goes down the slope.
Pumping fastballs, and he's one of their best strike throwers. Nasty with the breaking ball again. All 3 Ks on the breaking ball. Taylor.
Well, you just saw that nasty curveball. He'll tell you that is his best secondary pitch. He learned to throw it from Andy Pettit. He had a workout with him when he was a senior in high school, and Pettit showed him that grip. It's still the one he uses today. You can see the photo of them from that day. He said it was so cool, and then he said the other big takeaway is he used to have a ton of action on his glove side, so after he would throw the pitch, his glove would be all over the place, and Pettit told him it's so important to stay consistent with your glove movement because that'll help you with consistency towards the plate, guys.
That's right, Taylor. I mean, the front side is your steering wheel, and when that glove, because if you'll watch him, when the glove goes forward as he goes down the slope, he pulls it into his body. That keeps you kind of mechanically from opening up. If the glove is out in front and you're letting your glove kind of fall, it opens up your front shoulder. And when you open up that steering wheel, that's when you start to spray the ball.
I'll tell you what, though, the hit by pitch right now is exactly what I wanted to see, because if Andy Pettit taught him all that, I wonder if he taught him the pickoff move that he had as well, because it was elite for Andy Pettit.
John Lem got plunked, and he needs help getting it off because he's got a broken index finger. Guy who normally catches is DHing and playing through pain. I guess needs help getting it on the double oven mitts. So man aboard for Eric Hines, true freshman who's from Tuscaloosa and is dripping with raw talent. He went to American Christian, and Eric Hines told us the other day that he always dreamt of playing for the Tide, and told us in his recruitment it was always Alabama.
He said it with a smile too.
Said everything to us with a smile.
The ball.
He has prodigious power.
That's the pitch you have to lay off. If you're able to do so, now you can at least even up counts. Try to chase that, most likely will end up either in a swing or miss or a foul ball.
One and two on Eric Hines.
I'll tell you another thing. Pitchers that threw 95 miles per hour or more, what I would do was actually move back off the plate. Maybe it was 2 or 3 inches off. It would make the pitch look hittable with more barrel to work with, especially on the middle end part of the plate.
I mean, that comes in, and you're seeing that Hines is kind of on the plate a little more?
Yeah, most of the college hitters are. You got the aluminum bat. They're used to being on the plate. You don't usually see this type of velocity from the left side. See how it's running in on you, and where you get it is right on the handle.
Yeah, and the other piece of that is most college pitchers won't use the inside part of the plate. We got 2 guys today in Rager and Faye that will use the inside part occasionally.
And I know that makes your heart flutter, Ben. That guys are coming inside.
I just think, especially if you have aspirations wanting to play at the next level, because at the next level, you better use both sides of the plate. And I get it. With the aluminum bats, man, you give up some base hits on the inside part. But I think you have to make the hitter aware of the ball to the inside part of the plate, because it opens up the outside, obviously, and it opens up the breaking ball. And the breaking ball for Rager so far today has been really, really good.
By the way, to Taylor's story on Andy Pettit, Andy Pettit's old teammate, our teammate Chris Burke, got a scouting report, and it's exactly as Cord Rager remembers it, that Andy Pettit says Cord needed to do a lot of work on that front side, and man, he saw a kid that had so much talent at a young age. Said he was really looking forward to seeing what Cord Rager looked like today. Hines laces it foul. How cool is that? We get an instant scouting report from Andy Pettit of what he saw in Cord Rager back in high school and now following his college career as a freshman.
Phenomenal. Andy, message straight to you. Did you teach him the pickoff move? Send it to Berkey.
Quiz, where was Andy Pettit born?
Unknown. I don't know.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I should have known that the Bayou was really good odds.
Guys, just keep an eye on this at bat. It's the velocity that he's given. He's sped up the bat. Now, if he can go slider, back door, or to the back foot, he most probably will get him here. Can't keep it up. You have to now throw one down, change the eye level a little bit.
You better get it there, though.
Hines has fouled off 6 in a row.
He's had some good swings and some elevated breaking balls.
Excellent at bat.
Rob Vaughn has just run with Eric Hines. They knew he had potential, and they just said, we're going to roll him out there. We're going to give him 200 at bats and see what happens. 10th pitch of the plate appearance. Hines strikes out on the breaking ball again.
Boy, I tell you what, spin them if you got them. And Cord Rager is spinning that breaking ball today. We heard a lot about the fastball, but the breaking ball so far today has been a difference maker. You can't throw one any better than that right there. Starts it in the zone and just down and in and just underneath the bat of Eric Hines. And how about 4 strikeouts already for Rager?
All on the breaking ball. He nods yes as he starts out Brennan Holt. Second baseman in the 7 spot. First pitch swinging into short right. Desan Harris there to end the inning. Taylor's with Rob Vaughn, the head coach of the Crimson Tide, when we come back.
Welcome back here to Omaha, joined now by Alabama head coach Rob Vaughn. What have you thought about Faye so far?
Yeah, he did a good job minimizing some stuff there. You got to credit them. They had some really good two strike at bats, some 2 out at bats. This guy got a cutter that just didn't cut. You know, just kind of a cement mixer in the middle that didn't cut. Took a good swing on it, but minimized it, held him at 2, and obviously had the swing and bunt there to lead off the second inning and made pitches and kept us where we need to be. So, man, he's a competitor. He's gonna keep us in this game. We just need to keep attacking the zone and do his thing.
What are you telling your hitters as to how they can get something going against Rager?
Yeah, you know, I think it's the first time we've seen him. You know, we didn't see him 2 months ago, so it's the first time we've seen him. The heater's good. You know, he's mixing a little bit more than I think we anticipated him. Last week against Kansas was almost exclusively fastball, so he's doing a good job of mixing pitches and mixing that slider in. I thought Hines had a great at bat right there. Just missed a couple pitches, then a good slider. So, man, we just got to keep wearing him down. Hopefully, second time through, take some better at bats.
Thank you, Coach. Mike?
Taylor, thank you. Tomato, cement, cement.
That's it.
Now, what did Coach say? Cement?
He said cement.
I think the only person here that's saying cement is you.
I say a lot of things a little different, unfortunately.
Nothing wrong with that. He did say that they didn't face Cord Rager in early April. That was when Alabama took 2 out of 3 in Norman. Cord Rager missed a couple weeks with just a lat tweak. So that's why Cord Rager didn't face him.
Don't worry.
Third inning here, Oklahoma up 2-0. Day 2 in Omaha, and this is Jason Walk against Tyler Fay. Walk singled to center his first time, part of a 3-hit first.
Outside, 3-1.
Jason Walk has a ton of experience. He was on the SEC all-defensive team. And he walks. For the latest news, insight, and in-depth analysis from the 2026 Men's College World Series, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all NCAA championships.
I got 3 innings where already the leadoff hitter has gotten on for Oklahoma exactly what their game plan has been and what their success has been the last few weeks.
Camden Johnson, the batter, transfer from Wichita State. It's pretty crazy how good this offense has been recently. Overall for the season, 11th in the SEC in runs per game, 7 runs per game. But in the NCAA tournament, 10 runs per game. Walk's running, the pitch is strike. The throw is not nearly in time to get Jason Walk.
Well, Walk's not running. He's flying down that baseline. Slides in perfectly, great jump. No chance to be able to get him even on a good throw.
16th stolen base of the year. Yeah, pretty good pitch for Brady Neal to handle, too. He comes out of here quickly, but the jump is what it was. That's still He stole that base on Tyler Fay.
Now Camden Johnson squared, and then that's called a ball. 2-1. Camden Johnson is a heck of an athlete. Skip Johnson was saying to us today. Skip Johnson thinks Johnson's going to be a really good player for a long time, and it's 3-1 on him. They want Camden Johnson to continue to get stronger. They see that as one of the next steps in his career.
Well, he's got a job to do here. Runner at second base, nobody out. Can you get a ball to the right side of the field and move that runner to third base? Base hits icing on the cake.
See, right now, this situation, 3-1, I want him to drive the ball to the right fielder. Nothing on the ground. Trade places with walk at second. That right there is not a good pitch for him to swing at. It's a pitch that's middle away, not one that he can drive and pull.
Was thinking fastball, was thinking it'd be middle, and then it was a changeup down and away?
Yeah. But you have to be able to look location more than anything here. And if it's going to be a changeup, you better be out in front and pull it foul. Worst case scenario.
3-2. Johnson pulls it into right field, and that's down for a base hit. A stop sign for Walk as that got quickly to Steele, who has a hose in right.
That scouting report right there. You have a lot of speed, no outs. No reason to even test it, especially with your three-hole hitter. Deitan Lachance coming up to the plate, but a really good piece of hitting. Slider stays up again. And this time Johnson is able to move the runner and keep himself at first base as well.
So they're at the corners for Deitan Lachance in the 3 spot. And he's on a home run binge the last few weeks. Chop to third. Torres to second. The turn. And plenty of time from Holtz. Walk scores to make it 3-0. Tyler Fay will take 2.
Oh, he'll take that all day long. Runners on first and third, nobody out. You'll gladly trade a double play for a run early in the ball game.
I'll tell you this, though. Deitan Lachance running down first does not look comfortable at all. Right here, you know this. On defense, make perfect turn. Be able to turn it with a lot of time. That's going to be a concern moving forward, that ankle.
Not something that gets better pretty quickly, right?
No. He's uncomfortable. He's in some serious pain right now.
Saw Gunnar Dillard getting ready to warm up Cord Rager in the next half inning. Oklahoma, if they needed to, Brendan Brock's a guy who can also catch. He starts in left field. Meantime, 2-1 on Jackson Willits, native of Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. He wanted to be a Sooner from birth and has been a 3-year starter for OU. Two and two.
Nice catch out there in the stands.
Glove, bare hands. What do we have?
Bare hand.
Tyler Fay wipes through the signs from pitching coach Jason Jackson. And he strikes out Willits with a sword. Oklahoma's up 3 on Alabama. Instead for Oklahoma and number 7 Alabama. Focus in on the right side of the bracket. That's where these 4 teams debut today. And again, still to come, 8 Eastern right here on ESPN. Huge matchup. Texas and Georgia.
Giant matchup.
Dylan Volantis and Joey Volchko expected to start.
2 guys that can do it on the bump.
8-9-1 for Alabama starts with Luke Vaughn. As Rob Vaughn often has to say, no relation Luke Vaughn brought in as a catcher and a guy who could really throw, but he's dealt with a couple shoulder problems over each of his first 2 seasons. And now in year 3, they just handed him a glove and said, go play first base. And this guy's come up with some big hits this year. Trying to solve Cord Rager. On the ground at short at Jackson Willits, who's steady all the way.
And the reason he's steady is all footwork. That was a beautiful job of being able to read the bounce. And that's what you look at with young players, obviously well-trained, understanding how to read the bounce. Watch his feet right here. Takes a step back to be able to get the right bounce, and then funnels it right into his belly, transfer it, then follows the throw.
One down, Peyton Steele. Alabama native. Bob Baum was telling us today, it means something to Peyton Steele to put on this uniform. Hot shot, diving stab, Camden Johnson.
You see the skip after the throw?
That's big time right there. That ball was hit pretty firm. Camden Johnson over at third base, the junior third baseman. Watch this move to the glove side right here. Gets in a ready position, a little bit of a hopping ball, just lays out, catches that ball almost behind him, but knows he has plenty of time. See that little hop? That gets him in a ready position, gets him right on the balls of his feet, if you will, and he is ready to move in an athletic position, and that's an outstanding play.
106 firm off the bat. Bryce Fowler, first pitch swinging again to left. Brendan Brock to the corner, and 6 pitches. That's all. Skip Johnson with Taylor McGregor when we come back to Omaha.
Welcome back here to Omaha, joined now by Oklahoma head coach Skip Johnson. And how serious is the injury to Lachance?
I don't know, really. I mean, I know he right in front of the bag, it's like a beach sand. And so he went in and he slipped over the top of the bag, and he's gutting it through. He's a tough kid.
As far as your offensive approach, what has impressed you the most?
Just not chasing. I mean, they're getting good pitches to hit, staying in the strike zone, which is really good.
Thank you, Coach. Mike?
Taylor, thank you. By the way, let's get to this fried chicken and 2-a-days practice situation. It's a true story. Skip Johnson was telling us this morning that before regionals, it was about 2 or 3 days where they did 2-a-days. And all they ate between practice was fried chicken and biscuits. He said it's going back to his JUCO roots.
Yeah, I love it, man. Look, fried chicken fixes a lot of things, and it has certainly fixed this offense for Oklahoma.
What else does it fix?
It fixes most every. Have you ever had good fried chicken? It will set you free.
How hungry are you, Ben?
Y'all keep talking about fried chicken now. I'm about to leave for a little bit.
I could say it's a mood fixer, for sure. How about that? Just going old school, he said.
Tell you what, chicken, not just fried, worked for Wade Boggs for many years.
Yeah.
I understand the power of chicken.
And that is
baseball.
old school. In a time where we're resting athletes more than ever, he decided to go to 2-a-day workouts late in the season, where most people kind of back off a little bit late in the season. But Skip Johnson's old school as they come. That's the old junior college in him right there. That's where he started his coaching career, in junior college.
And no protein shakes, not chicken and broccoli and rice. Literally, all they were eating was fried chicken.
They locked the dietitian in the room somewhere.
Yeah.
But how about the short bursts of certain drills they would do? He said this day and age, the attention span isn't there. So they would do drills about 6-minute sheets before they would rotate. So he is old school, but he has to adopt to this new school of players.
Yeah, it was like running them through circuits on the field. Full count on Trey Gamble, by the way, leading off in the 4th against Tyler Fay.
And then when they needed to rest, get them some more fried chicken.
Skip Johnson is a beauty.
He is a piece of work, to say the least. And all the coaches we talked to, we talked to some awesome coaches, but his stories and the way he coaches, man, it is next level. That's a pretty next level breaking ball right there. And that's the one for me that Tyler Fay has to get going. The breaking ball has not been great for him early. He's left them up in the heart of play, but this is a good one here. Starts on the outside edge. More of a little sweeper profile with it, just kind of rips it all the way across the zone, down and in, and catches the inside part of the plate. Now, if he can get that breaking ball going, he can slow down this Oklahoma offense.
Brendan Brock flew out to right his first time. It takes strike one from Tyler Fay. Brock's first year with the Sooners after 2 years of JUCO ball in Illinois. He's got pop. He went around there with a sword.
Yeah, he's the type of player where you want to hide some of the power in the 6 and 7 hole. And that's exactly what Oklahoma's been able to do with him. 12 home runs on the season. A 6-hole disguised.
Ball.
Does it feel like more fastball second time through?
Yeah, I still think he likes to throw his fastball. And typically, it's right around 50% of the time. But for him, it's more about that breaking ball. We talked about his slider, and opponents hitting 149 off of it coming in. He needs something to keep him off the fastball. He's mixing a changeup, and the changeups look pretty good at times.
Jason Jackson, the pitching coach, who of course was the interim head coach when Brad Bohannon got fired 3 years ago. I mean, think about that. Brad Bohannon gets fired as part of that investigation into the suspicious betting activity. Jason Jackson becomes the interim head coach, takes him to a super regional, and then decides to stick around with a new head coach that he did not know previously in Rob Vaughn. And Jason Jackson got really emotional when we chatted with him earlier today.
When you asked him that question, he got very emotional.
He said, I love this place, and I didn't want to see that team broken up. And Greg Byrne, the athletic director at Alabama, both Jason Jackson and Rob Vaughn both say deserves a ton of credit, because Greg Byrne kind of sensed that Jason Jackson wanted to stay. And he said to Rob Vaughn, this guy might be a great fit.
It's inside.
That's inside, as you heard from Linus Baker. Brendan Brock has a 1-out walk. Jason Jackson deserves a ton of credit, because it's a pitching staff that performed very well in a starting rotation that this is rare at any level of baseball. The starting rotation made every start all season.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the strength of Alabama's been their pitching staff. I mean, it's the 15th best pitching staff in the entire country. The rest of the numbers are pretty solid, but nothing really jumps at you. But the health, and sometimes your best ability is your availability, and you hit the nail on the head. I mean, they've used 3 starters. They're the only team in the entire country that used only 3 starters. It took every start for them all season long when you talk about the weekend rotation.
Tyler Fay, Zane Adams, and then one of the great freshmen in the country, Miles Upchurch. Deshaun Harris floats one outside of third. Jason Torres runs it down for out number 2.
Yeah, this ballpark a lot different than most of the ballparks that most of the universities come here. A lot more foul ball territory. If you're a corner infielder, you cannot give up on any ball hit.
Look at this stage. Look at this crowd on a Saturday afternoon.
It's a ballpark that allows you as a pitcher to be a little bit more aggressive than what you typically are. Now, when the wind starts to really get out of here, it can play obviously a little bit differently, but still, it's a big ballpark.
Deitan Taki. He ran it full and he struck out on an elevated heater his first time. Runners on the move. Brady Neal's throw on a short hop is pinpoint to cut down Brendan Brock. A dart.
How about that pick at second base? A great transfer at the plate by Neal. But then you get the pick at second base as Justin LeBron just waits for it and keeps it down there. Look how long he keeps on letting it travel, puts on the tag, and now he gets the lead off. Justin LeBron
had a great season. He has 41 stolen bases. It's tied for 6th most in Division I. First SEC player with 15 pumps and 40 bags in 25 years. 25 whole years since our dear friend Chris Burke did it. What do you guys like most about Justin LeBron?
Just look at him. I mean, the athleticism screams out of that uniform right there.
I would say very toolsy is what I would say.
He gets jammed here, floats it towards second, and Kyle Branch runs it down.
I'll tell you this, though. That man on the bump, Cord Reagan, is absolutely just pounding that fastball middle in, and a lot of these Alabama hitters are just not catching up to it.
I mean, he came in with 19 walks in 64 innings of work, 81 strikeouts. And I've been watching him today, even on some 0-2 counts, he's not going for the corners. It's just like, see if you can hit it, man. He is just attacking the white part of the plate.
35 pitches to get 10 outs. Justin LeBron's seen 3 pitches today.
It's outside.
Just outside with 94 to start out Brady Neal.
See how he shook his head right there, upset now that he's behind on the count. 1-0.
Brady Neal struck out his first time on the breaking ball that Cord Reagan calls a curveball. Great year for Brady Neal, second team SEC.
This is a time of year that a lot of freshman pitchers start to hit the wall if you've been a starter, because you're not used to throwing this many innings. But I tell you what, it feels like Cord Reagan, he's gotten stronger. And we talked about his last 2 starts, been his only 2 quality starts of the year, and they both came in postseason play.
So 2-1 from Reagan to Neal. Originally from Tallahassee. First 2 years of his career at LSU. We asked Brady Neal to sum up his career the other day. He said, ooh, eventful. He has seen the highs and the lows. Injuries. Frustration. He said, plain and simple, I stunk last year.
Yeah, well, he's figured it out this year in his senior season.
Just out of the mid of Deitan Lachance.
And one of the big adjustments he's made is really staying in there versus left-handed pitching. You look what he's hitting against left-handers this year. He's hitting .342 versus left-handed pitching this year. And how do you do that as a left-handed hitter? Is you got to stay in there. If you watch his rear end and watch his bottom half, he doesn't kind of get to that first base dugout. He hangs in there and he stays through the ball.
2-2. Outside of Eric Hines, this is about as long a plate appearance as an Alabama hitter's had against Cord Reagan. Pitch number 7.
Now, I was interested to see if he was going to go back to the fastball here. 3-2, mano a mano, went to the slider, stayed up. Now it's a good time to hit that fastball in the upper quadrant. See who wins.
Chopper right side into the shift at the second baseman, Kyle Branch. 2 down. ESPN's the home of MLB.tv. You can stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. And for more info, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV. Alongside Eduardo Perez and Ben McDonald, with our rules expert Scott Klein upstairs, I'm Mike Monaco. Taylor McGregor down at field level for day 2 of the Men's College World Series and the first of 2 games today. Base is empty. This is Jason Torres. The only base runner so far for Alabama is John Lem, who's on deck. He got hit by a pitch in the second. Jam job behind home plate, and Deitan Lachance on that bad ankle. No problem. Quick work again for Cord Reagan. On the Men's College World Series. Go to the 5th inning between Oklahoma and the number 7 national seed Alabama. Oklahoma got 2 in the first and 1 in the third against Tyler Fay, a Nebraska native from Doniphan. Deitan Taki, first pitch swinging in the air to deep center. Bryce Fowler still on the move on the warning track for the first down. Taylor.
Well, we talked about Kyle Branch being ecstatic that his brother is here, but he's also ecstatic to have Deitan Taki with him. The two have been best friends since they were 8 years old. Grew up playing baseball together in Texas. They told me they were one of the best teams Texas has ever seen, guys. I have no idea how to look that up and no idea if that's accurate, but they say it, so we're going to roll with it. Here's them when they were kids, both on the right there, and they told me their favorite activity was Topgolf. They played a ton of Topgolf, but just loved each other's presence, so it's been nice to be able to reunite at Oklahoma and play here in the College World Series. A dream come true.
Isn't that how it always goes? Your Little League team was incredible.
The best ever.
And even better and even fewer losses the farther you are removed from it.
Oh, big time. Just like catching a fish.
It was enormous.
You go fishing, it was maybe what? Now, how big was it?
It grows.
It grows, doesn't it?
Ben, do you fish or do you just hunt?
I fish too.
What do you catch?
Whatever's biting. I don't care what it is as long as it bites. I'm not one of those guys that's going to get in the bass boat and make 2,000 casts a day and get one bite. That's not my thing. I only like to fish when they're biting.
Okay, so you're in a bass boat. Why wouldn't you just say bass? Just questioning.
Wait, say it again now?
You say you're in a bass boat.
Yep.
Why then would you not just say I'm catching bass?
Because you never know what you're going to catch. I mean, while you're bass fishing, if you're in freshwater, you can catch a shoe pick, you could catch a catfish, you could catch a brim, a sac-a-lay, or some people say crappie.
He's starting to fog up, isn't he?
I'm confused.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I like to catch whatever's biting. It don't matter.
We were talking to Skip Johnson today. He said redfish is better than catfish.
Yeah, and of course he said fried because he loves the fried chicken and fried fish.
Kyle Branch, in really important news, strikes out there against Tyler Fay. 2 out.
Tyler Fay's kind of getting his groove a little bit. Breaking ball seems to be getting where he wants to get it. The fastball command looks like it's a little bit better. And the changeup has been a weapon for him, too, as well. And this kid's a horse. I mean, you look what he's done all year long. You talked about the 103 innings coming in. That led the SEC, and he's averaging 6 innings per outing.
Jason Walk into left, and Eric Hines makes the tumbling catch.
Tell you what, this Alabama defense has not been great all year long. You look at the fielding percentage, it's .963. That's 15th out of 16 teams in the SEC. But so far today, they have been on point. A double play, and watch this, moving hard. And go get it, young fella. Brendan Brock dives to the glove side, lays out Alabama off the field, and hunting some runs.
Alabama does not have a hit in this game so far. Halfway through, 3-0 Oklahoma, and Cord Rager has been a stud. First freshman with 4 no-hit innings at the Men's College World Series since 2010.
Yeah, he has been on point with the fastball, using the fastball a lot, just like the scout report said. But the slider's been a real weapon, and there's your first base hit.
Thanks, Mike.
We do not believe in the announcer jinx. John Lem with a single, broken finger and all.
And the thing is this, you know he's going to come in with that fastball. He's going to try to get ahead. That's been his MO the first 4 innings, and you have to be aggressive early, get the bad head, beat him to the spot. If you're going to get a hit, that's the way to give it up.
And look elevated, too, because this is where most of the fastballs have been, just above the thighs, too.
Outside corner, right back at you. That's impressive with a broken finger.
Yeah, John Lem back in the regionals when they were up 21-3. Took a foul ball off his index finger. So he only hits once a week in practice and then just rolls in games. Eric Hines right past Camden Johnson. Back-to-back base knocks off Cord Rager.
Yeah, that ball's hit 104 miles per hour. It struck well. And gets right by Johnson, who's playing a couple steps in, thinking about the double play. And aggressive again.
And they're I think they're wasting no time. First 2 pitches they see in this inning, they have attacked the first 2. Both have netted base hits, so first and second, and nobody out for the Tide here in the top of the 5th inning. Or the bottom of the 5th inning, I should say.
And how about Eric Hines? You make a contortionist catch in left field. And then you get your first hit as a freshman at the Men's College World Series. Hey, Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals in Vegas. Hurricanes and Golden Knights with Carolina knocking on the door. It's tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ABC. You can watch it live or stream it on the ESPN app.
Well, you don't get many chances against a pitcher like Cord Rager, and it just feels like for Alabama, they got to put a number on the scoreboard in this inning. Now, you would think, even being down 3-0, Brennan Holt could very well bunt right here.
He squares and takes ball one.
Brennan Holt's only hitting 167 against left-handed pitching today. That's another reason why I think he's going to put one on the ground.
Not a big fan of Taki charging in as hard as he is.
Why not from first?
Because it's a left-handed hitter. If it was a right-handed hitter, I get it. I understand the aggressiveness. The lefty's going to try to make the third baseman field this ball or have Rager field it. If he hits it towards first, I think it would be a big mistake on his part. I'd rather him stay back just in case he wants to pull back and swing.
Holt pops it foul, so it's 1-2. 2 sack bunts for him, but he couldn't drop it down.
That's a different velo from the left side as well. A little bit more explosive.
Alabama with 15 sacrifice bunts this year. In the SEC, they don't bunt a ton.
Defense still expecting the bunt.
Holt Dutton, he hits it at Taki, who goes to second with Willits. Back to first for 2.
Big time. That is big time right there.
3-6-3.
The funnest play for a first baseman to make. Ground ball at you. You give a perfect feed to the shortstop who's covering at second base. And then you call off the pitcher and say, I've got this one, bud. Starts with a 3, turns it perfect feed, and don't look at where you're throwing it. Get back to the bag, identify it, and get that second out.
And because he was halfway still expecting bunt, he was in right there, and he positioned himself perfectly and got the perfect ball to do a 3-6-3 double play.
So now it's up to Luke Vaughn to make sure this isn't wasted for Alabama. Vaughn grounded to short his first time. Junior from Cincinnati. He's a very good bat-to-ball guy. He makes the most contact when he swings on pitches in the zone. And Rob Vaughn, you can see that he knows Alabama just had an opportunity that they don't want to waste. 0-2, just like that. And a heck of a catch in the seats. Do it. Celebrate.
There we go.
Watch your footing. Another double play induced by Oklahoma. Cord Rager trying to finish off this inning. His 0-2. On the ground at second at Kyle Branch. Inning over. Couple hits for the first time against Cord Rager, but the freshman up to the task. Team that beat Jason Varitek, Nomar Garcia-Parra, Jay Payton, and Georgia Tech. And in other national championship news for OU, Barry Switzer and Bob Stoops in the building. Jenny Baranchak also here representing the Sooners, who have a 3-0 lead on Alabama as we go to the 6th. 2, 3, and 4 starting with Camden Johnson, who singled his last time.
Third time around the order for OU.
Johnson plunked off the right leg, and he's aboard, and another leadoff runner on for OU.
Tell you what, the chaos continues for Oklahoma. 4 out of 6 innings now. They've got the leadoff batter of an inning on, and that is a recipe for success from an offensive standpoint.
I mean, look at the hobble for Deitan Lachance, and Skip Johnson said it to Taylor. This kid's tough, and he is toughing it out.
Well, he compared him to Carlton Fisk, remember? And anytime you get compared to Carlton Fisk, that's pretty tough.
Yeah. Him, Gary Carter, a big fan, being from the province of Quebec.
Deitan Lachance played junior college ball at McLennan in Waco, Texas, and he played for Skip Johnson's son, and now is at Dallas Baptist as the recruiting coordinator. This is tugged down the line and left for Lachance. Goodbye. Hobbled it all.
Well, when you hit them like that, folks, you don't have to run around the bases too fast.
Take your time, son. That ball left the ballpark in a hurry. And you talk about guts. You talk about wanting to be in there. Oh, for just 1 second, that pain goes away with that sweet spot. Boom.
What a moment for Deitan Lachance.
That's what you call leaning on a breaking ball right there.
Don't ever tell me hockey guys aren't. That's a beast right there.
Did you think for a moment that kid was going to come out of the ball game? There was no way he was coming out of the ball game.
You think Skip was going to ask him?
He never even asked him.
Third time around the order, elite lineups that have been on point.
Watch this swing.
Get it going.
Recognize
beautifully.
Yeah, he recognized the breaking ball right away and just kind of sit back on it, and he threw the hands at it. He knew it when he touched it. He didn't have to be in a hurry on that one.
That's incredible.
Well, he learned from the last time. Last time he hit it hard on the ground, had the sprint. You want to call it that? This time, different story.
And how about 12 of his 16 home runs now have come since the middle of May. That's how hot Deitan Lachance has been.
2-1 on Jackson Willits. Singled and scored back in the first. Sharply fouled. 2-2 from Tyler Fay. Let's check in with Taylor.
Well, you mentioned how the homers have come lately. He told coaches all season long, once I hit one, I promise you I'm going to hit at least 10. Well, he's done way more than just that. But you mentioned it earlier, Mike. They love his personality. Assistant coach Todd Butler before the game told me he's the kind of guy I could have 4 flat tires and I would see him and I would be having a good day. So certainly impactful with the slug, but also with the personality.
Well, he's got a flat tire running around those bases and he's still getting to where he needs to. That swing, keeping that head down, balanced throughout. As soon as he hit it, he knew it.
I loved the story that Dayton Taki told us about Deitan Lachance. He said this kid doesn't take anything seriously. And in the group text, someone will send out a text, they'll make plans, and Deitan Lachance won't respond. So everyone else will go do something. Deitan Lachance will then later catch up with them, and he'll tell them all, you lost a friend today.
That's so good.
This team is a fun vibe. Life's good for the Sooners. They are on a roll. 3-2. Willits strikes out. Cutter up the ladder from Fay, who has fanned Willits twice.
Yeah, and no one, and I mean no one, saw this coming for Oklahoma. We touched on it in the open. I mean, they dropped their final 4 SEC series of the year. They go 0-1 in the SEC tournament. 4-9 in their final 13 games, and nobody really gave them a shot to get through regional, especially going into Atlanta where you got to go play Georgia Tech in Atlanta. Not only did they knock off Georgia Tech, they knocked them off twice. Had to beat them twice in back-to-back days, and they found a way to do it.
And slugged their way through Kansas as well.
6.6 runs per game for the entire season, but postseason play for the Sooners, 10 runs per game, and they're on pace to do it again today.
0-2 on Trey Gamble. Yeah, and the Supers, it was 8-1 game 1 Saturday in front of Bill Self and George Brett, who were there in Lawrence. And then Sunday into Monday, 13 more runs. Back-to-back Ks. And then after the regional, where Oklahoma did it twice, as you guys said, in comeback fashion. They had to rip off 3 straight wins. And Deitan Taki had the biggest swing in that Game 7 on a Monday to walk it off for Oklahoma.
You talk about a moon ball. 390 to straightaway center field, and it went over the batter's eye when he touched it.
They were down 7-3 into the bottom of the 7th of that game, and you could feel Georgia Tech get tight in that game.
It happens. It happens when you start playing that regional play where you go in, you're thinking, okay, I'm hosting. You look at the competition, and then you get that shock and awe offense that OU has had since the fried chicken.
And it gets even tighter, too, after they knocked them off in Game 1 and forced a Game 7. And that's where, you know, Georgia Tech, #2 overall national seed, the best offense in the entire country, nearly 11 runs per game. But Oklahoma was just better.
Skip Johnson said that Georgia Tech had one of the best offenses he has seen in his 36 years around college baseball.
It was good. I'm telling you, I went to Chapel Hill when they played against North Carolina to be able to see that offense on display. Both teams, one represented here, but Georgia Tech's lineup, top to bottom, it's really impressive. Tough to get out and putting a lot of pressure on the pitching, and they were able to handle it.
Yeah, that'd have been the only series that Georgia Tech had lost.
And they did it with freshmen. You start doing it with freshman pitching, you're going to be good for quite some time.
Yeah, OU rolling out Cord Rager, and then expected to throw in Game 2 here, Xander Mercurius. 3-2 to Brendan Brock is a chopper behind the bag. Look at Justin LeBron just glide to make the play. How about Deitan Lachance? He stumbled on the second base bag, rolled his left ankle in the first, so he gets taped up. And you don't need to run when you launch. Deitan Lachance is red hot. So is Oklahoma. The scouts saying, I'm not going to forget about Cord Rager, true freshman who has retired 14 of the 17 that he's faced.
And how about this? Working on 13 now consecutive scoreless innings for the freshman Cord Rager, going back to regional play. That's how good he has been lately.
9-1-2 starts with Peyton Steele. They moved the arm slot of Cord Rager back in the fall. Skip Johnson was telling us today that Cord Rager was like 89-92 from pretty straight over the top, and then they moved him just out farther from his head with where he releases the ball. And Skip Johnson said suddenly it was 94-97 from Cord Rager.
And the command got better too, because Skip Johnson told us it was kind of what Andy Pettit was talking about, your front side, because when you're straight over the top, a lot of times you lean back a little bit, and when you lean back, you open up your front side a little bit. And so now when you watch him, look how he points the front shoulder. The front shoulder stays in the glove. You see where the glove is. It's not wrapping behind him. He pulls it in, and that keeps your balance over the top of the rubber.
We asked Cord about it, by the way, and he did say, hey, I was up to 95 too from over the top.
Yeah. But sometimes just changing an arm slide just a tick make you a little bit more consistency, and you can find a little extra velo.
And to make it all the more impressive, Cord Rager was the #1 rated first baseman in his class in Texas.
Well, so he was an athlete as well. That's a good thing.
I always say pitchers are the best athletes, always.
But what I love about it is he understands how difficult it is to hit as well. Even though he raked as a hitter, he knows what works to be able to get hitters out.
In the air, center field from Peyton Steele. And Jason Walk calls off Deshaun Harris for the first out.
Last two pitches were sliders that stayed up, something that we have not seen in the previous 5 innings that Cord Rager's been out there. Something to keep an eye on. See the fastball, establish it, but that slider slash curve, whatever you want to call it, has to be down and in to the right-handed hitter and down and away to that left-handed hitter to be successful.
Well, one thing Cord Rager has not done this year is given length. In his 14 starts, he's only averaging 4 2/3 per start. So in some ways, he's not in uncharted waters, but he's not given a ton of length. Now, some of that could have been by design your freshman year. Of course, he had the lat issue where he missed a couple of starts. But Skip Johnson has done a nice job keeping the pitch count down, keeping the innings down for the freshman, hoping that they would get the postseason play and he would be strong. And boy, has he ever answered the bell in the postseason.
This is the leadoff man, Bryce Fowler, who pulls one into right field. He's been ultra aggressive, and that was a breaking ball left up.
Exactly. Those are the ones. 4 consecutive breaking balls, all of those left up. Alabama now getting their leadoff hitter on, even though there is one out. Now you get to the meat part of the order. Boy, with this kid right here who has been jammed twice on fastballs already, would love to do something for his father. It's his birthday as well today, Julio LeBron.
Well, it's a time of the year you need your stars to show up. And it's time for Justin LeBron to make a difference in this ball game. He's got an opportunity here.
The execution is perfect.
Taylor.
Well, he lives by the motto, look good, play good. And if you've watched him throughout the season, he has 25 different pairs of cleats, he told me. Likes to get them custom painted. So I asked, well, did you get some for Omaha? And he said, listen, these are the pair that's gotten me through regionals, super regionals. I can't switch it up now. He says they have forced me to become superstitious. And speaking of that, guys, a couple innings ago, they brought out all the stools from the dugout and they placed them at the very end here. So they told me it was time to switch something up here in the dugout. So now, down where I'm standing, we have about 10 different stools stacked up. I don't know if that's going to do anything for Alabama. Guess we'll have to find out.
Whatever it takes. Justin LeBron on those 2 jam job pop-ups his first 2 times only saw 3 total pitches.
Are those Louis that he's got on?
If they are Louis Vuitton cleats, my respect for Justin LeBron just went through the roof. Are they? No.
No, they're not. I was going, wait a second now. We're taking it to another level.
I see what you're saying.
NIL money paying off if those were Louis.
2-1 on LeBron. 3rd time through for Rager. Breaking ball up again. He didn't pull the trigger.
No, he couldn't, because you've been geared up for that fastball. It's been eating you up the first 2 at-bats that he was already cheating in, thinking the fastball was coming again. Had nothing in his legs to be able to pull the trigger on that.
And if you're Justin LeBron now, you have no idea what you're about to get. It's going to be heater up in the energy, going back to that breaking ball down. Breaking ball down. How about that? That's big time there. And the reason why that pitch works is because the first 2 fastballs were right up and in. And that's what Rager is doing. He is shoving that fastball inside to Justin LeBron. He is speeding that bat up. And once he gets that bat sped up, then he bends that breaking ball in there.
You see the eyes. The eyes were never where the ball was going to end up at all.
That's what you call gearing up to go get 95, and you get a breaking ball down and in. Yeah. And you're going to swing and miss by a lot on any metric.
Cord Rager's been super efficient. And now 2 outs for the 3-man in Bama's lineup, Brady Neal.
It's outside.
It is outside, according to Linus Baker. Brady Neal, a strikeout swinging on the curveball, and then a ground out to second in the 4th against Rager. Holding 95 with the velo.
And with 1 more out, Cord Rager will tie his season high in innings pitched with 6. He's done it 2 times.
His proud parents, Robin and Chad, watching. Yeah, and that's compared to the regular season. And Ben, you mentioned this earlier, the short starts from Rager. He never recorded an out in the 6th inning in any of his dozen regular season starts. And now doing it 3 times in the NCAA tournament. On the ground sharply, but right at Deitan Tacky. Inning over. Cord Rager has stepped up in a major way in the postseason. 6 shutty in Omaha. The first 2 days still to come at 8 Eastern. You're watching the NCAA Men's College World Series, presented by Capital One. Mike, Eduardo, Ben, Scott, Taylor back with you as we go to the 7th inning on day 2. Cord Rager, 6 shutout innings of 3-hit ball. Meantime, Tyler Fade departs this game for Alabama. and gives way to the redshirt junior left-hander on his third school in 3 years, Ashton Crowther.
Crowther making his 19th appearance of the year. They've all been out of the bullpen. 34 2/3 he has worked. Not a huge strikeout guy. 23 strikeouts in 34 2/3. Only 9 walk opponents, hitting .238 off the left-hander Crowther.
He spent 2 years in Miami. Pitched a lot for the Canes as a redshirt freshman. And then last year at South Carolina had a solid season.
Fastball, slider, a little changeup. Upper 80s, maybe touch 90, 91 with the fastball.
7, 8, 9 starts with Deitan Harris under ominous skies in Omaha.
Rained pretty good here this morning. Got really dark and then sun popped out, but starting to cloud back up again.
It was eerily dark early this morning.
This one rolls foul from Harris.
But a shout out to the grounds crew here.
Yeah.
At the Chuck. They have done a fantastic job of being able to get this field ready for the afternoon and night games.
Crowther's 1-1. 2-1 on Deitan Harris, who joined Oklahoma as a walk-on. Reggie Willits brought in Harris because this kid could fly. They had him in camp. He ran a 6.3. They saw a little bit of pop. They liked the arm. And Deitan Harris turned down some other schools to be a walk-on at Oklahoma.
We saw him earlier using that speed to beat out an infield hit. Choking up a little bit on the bat as well.
On the ground right side at Brennan Holt. A throw handled by Luke Vaughn for the first down. After Tyler Fay departs this game. Man, what a season. Second team SEC. SEC best 103 innings coming in and back pitching 2 hours from home.
Yeah, I felt like he got a little bit sharper as the game went on. I felt like early in the ball game that slider, which was typically a really good pitch for him, was a little bit elevated and up out over the plate. And Oklahoma made him pay for it, but he sharpened up. Still had 6 strikeouts, 2 walks.
This is Deitan Taki. Tyler Fay, who, by the way, threw a no-hitter this year against Florida. It was in late March in Tuscaloosa. Strike at the bottom of the zone to Taki. Taki struck out in the second and flew to center in the 5th. Crowther's 1-1. Taki hits it hard right at the first baseman, Luke Vaughn. He got to it in the end. 2 ground ball outs. NBA Finals Game 5 is tonight, 8:30 Eastern on ABC, between the Knicks and the Spurs after OG Anunoby capped the comeback from 29 down. You can also watch it on the ESPN app, and coverage starts with NBA tip-off at 8 Eastern.
I'm going to have multiple screens up tonight.
I assume you'll have the audio of Carl Ravitch, Chris Burke, Kyle Peterson, Chris Budden, and Scott Klein.
100%.
Here's Kyle Branch.
Listen to the boys and our gal. And at the same time, watch a little bit of the Knicks Spurs.
What do you got tonight? You got a prediction?
Just tune in the 4th quarter. That's all you have to do.
No.
It don't matter if they get 100 points ahead, either team. Just tune in the 4th quarter.
I'm tuning in the entire time.
As Ben loads up with another piece of double bubble.
And what I have is, unfortunately, our producer Joe, who is a huge Knicks fan, he's going to have to wait another day. He's going to have to wait another day.
Okay.
Or 2.
So you're hoping for a Game 7.
I'm hoping for a Game 6 before a Game 7.
Yeah.
And I would love to see it in New York.
0-2. Just out of the mid of Brady Neal.
So we don't know what the prices are going to be in New York for that one.
I don't even care because I'm not going to be there, but I will watch it.
Ben McDonald, known for prognosticating other sports.
Yeah.
On our ESPN family of networks. 0-2 on Kyle Branch. Double play ball in the second, strikeout in the fifth, in the air in the seventh. Hines and Fowler look out, and Hines makes the catch, and a collision avoided. We hit the stretch. It is all Oklahoma so far against Alabama.
The very first inning, it has been outstanding.
And that's one of the big reasons why Alabama's been trying to attack early with the fastball, because that slider's just been the put-out pitch.
I mean, 14 consecutive scoreless innings pitched for the freshman, Cord Rager.
Who's the only pitcher in the country with 3 starts of at least 6 innings in this year's NCAA tournament. And they're his only 3 starts of at least 6 innings all season. Drops in a good one to start out Jason Torres in the cleanup spot for Alabama.
Think about a pitch count at 72. He's thrown 51 strikes so far here.
A lot of strike ones, and that's what he's done so well. He's put hitters on the defense right away with strike one.
And strike 2.
The one thing we haven't seen from a lot of collegiate teams is the 1-2-3 wiggle from the catchers. You get Lachance behind the plate, giving the signs to Rager.
Yeah, a little old school action.
Old school.
No pitch calm type system. 1's a fastball, 2's a curve. If I wiggle my fingers a little bit, just take a little bit off. I missed that part of the game.
That one has been a breaking ball. This one has to be in the dirt. Ooh, stays up. Got away with one there. And Torres knows it.
He just attacks. I mean, even when it's 0-2, you better be ready to swing, because he's not wasting any pitches.
Another 0-2 from Cord Rager. Swing and a miss. Back foot filled. 6 Ks.
I love what the catcher, Deitan Lachance, did right there. He gave him the sign for slider, and he pointed to the dirt. And he said, I want it down. If you're going to miss, you better miss down. Watch this. He points down, right down here. This is where I need it. Make sure you get it here. If you miss below this. And, boy, you can't throw a breaking ball any better than that right there.
Missed that by a couple inches.
Yeah, I would say give or take. Here's John Lem.
It's outside.
He missed it by a foot.
John Lem has been aboard twice against Cord Rager. He got hit by a pitch in the second, and then he had Alabama's first hit in the fifth to lead off that frame with a single up the middle.
And with that strikeout, Cord Rager to a new career high and innings pitched at 6 1/3.
But very economical still at 77 pitches.
Yeah, and with a 5-run lead, the leash may be a little bit longer than what it typically would be.
Season high in pitches this year, 93. 2-0 curveball for a land strike at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, that's not fair. Finally get a count in your favor, because Cord Rager's not been behind the count very often. And you finally get into a hitter's count, and he bends a breaking ball in there to get back in the count.
Tried it again. Full count. Only the second 3-ball count. And LJ Mercurius is up. This guy's been awesome recently since he shifted to the bullpen. His velo's been up at 97.
Yeah, it was a starter for most of the year, was LJ Mercurius, but recently went into the bullpen, and he has not disappointed coming out of the pen.
Cord Rager's 3-2 to John Lem. Struck him out.
Come on now.
That's not fair.
Nope.
That's not fair. As a hitter, you're okay. I'm gearing up for 92, 93. That's where he's been this inning with the fastball. And then he goes with the 3-2 slider, 4-inch strike. If you take it, it's going to be called. But the good tight spin gets him to swing right over that pitch once again.
That's big time there. Up 5 runs, 3-2 count. Instead of leaning on that fastball, he goes right back to that breaking ball, and another strikeout for the 6'6", 237-pound freshman.
Who just showed as much emotion as he has all afternoon.
Well, he knows he's getting to the end, and whatever he's got left in the tank right now, he is just emptying it out.
If he gets Eric Hines quickly here, does he have any more in him?
I mean, maybe, but I don't see the point in pushing him at this point, because I want to keep him as fresh as I can to bring him back as fast as I can. And look, with the off days coming and some of your good bullpen pieces down there, you want them to touch the mound too. You want them to get comfortable on the mound, some of your bullpen pieces as well.
If you win this game, you play Monday night next. 1-2 on Eric Hines, and now he's unleashing the changeup.
We've not seen that. It has been heavy fastball, slider, or curveball, he calls it, and that might be the first changeup today, and it was a dandy.
I'll tell you this. Only 84 pitches for Rager.
Corder Eggers 1-2. At the end of the bat.
How about back-to-back changeups? Huh?
It's 3 in a row, Ben.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Time to elevate now. Shown it to him a couple times.
And that's a perfect world for me, is to save a pitch, maybe the second or third time you line it to the hitters haven't seen. He's been able to do that because he's been able to dominate the game.
Corder Eggers 1-2. Laced down the line, foul. Now the elevate.
Got away with that one right there. But it's been so good because he established the fastball early.
Yeah,
that he's been able to use that slurve.
I like elevated heater in or maybe a heater in here.
We'll go a little bit lower with that slider.
Corder Eggers 1-2 again.
There it is.
Off the ladder, and he strikes out the side of the 7.
That is dirty, folks. And I'm talking about dirty as a Bourbon Street Martini. Corder Rager, the freshman, punches out the side here in the 7th inning. Gets all 3 of them. Really good breaking ball down and in. And how about this second one? 3-2 count. Think you get the fastball. He bends it in there. And just for fun, he says, you know what? I still got 95 in the tank. And he elevates a 4-seamer, punches out the side. 8 of them. A season high.
Today, 8 strikeouts. Yeah. Hey, for the latest news, insight, and in-depth analysis from the 2026 Men's College World Series, go to ncaa.com. The official online home for all NCAA championships. Is he done as we start the 8th inning?
I would think so.
I would. I want him to end on a very positive note. And you don't get more positive than 3 up and 3 down, all 3 strikeouts.
I'll tell you this, he's leaning on the railing. He's done. Especially the celebration he had there right after the last strikeout.
1-1. Because again, with the off days, you know, your bullpen's going to be fresh. And I want some of my good bullpen arms, too, to touch the mound. I think it's important. No such thing as no leverage situations here in Omaha, but this will certainly be a lower leverage type situation for some of the relievers coming in with just 6 outs to go, up 5-0.
That's out.
2-1 on Jason Walk, Oklahoma's leadoff man, spinning around from the right side.
Walk's done a nice job this afternoon getting on base 2 out of the 3 times he's come up.
Single and a walk for Walk. Grounder foul. If you win this game, you play Monday night against whoever wins tonight between Georgia and Texas. If you lose, you come back Monday afternoon against whoever loses that game tonight. 2 brackets, 4 teams each. Probably know the format by now. Double elimination within each bracket. And then the 2 bracket winners in a best-of-3 championship series that starts a week from today. 2-2.
It's outside.
Just off.
Pretty good pitch right there.
Yeah.
Crowther had a 3 up and 3 down 7th inning in relief for the starter Tyler Fay.
3-2. Man, for Oklahoma, they just keep on rolling. It was 3 straight wins to finish the regional. It was the sweep of a very good Kansas team, number 15 national seed in Lawrence, trying to make it 6 wins in a row.
Yeah, and look, they dominated in Lawrence too. Scored 21 runs, only allowed 3 to Kansas in 2 games.
Walk is on again. And Kordrager did it over 7 shutout innings, 87 pitches, and 8 punch-outs.
No, he dominated. It was a lot of strike ones. He established the fastball early. He was heavy on that breaking ball to the left-handed hitters, man. And once he sped those bats up by shoving fastballs in, then he started to go to the breaking ball. And then just for fun in the 7th inning, he started showing us a little bit of a changeup too. Threw 3 changeups, but he pitched up when he wanted to, spun his breaking balls in there. 7 of the 8 strikeouts came on that breaking ball.
It's a huge lead at first.
As Camden Johnson bats.
And when a base runner has that big of a lead, usually it's that one-way lead. They want to see the pick move to first base. Walk, bigger lead, left-handed pitcher on the mound.
One and one on Camden Johnson. Fly out to center. Single in the 3rd. Hit by a pitch. And he scored on Deitan Lachance's home run in the 6th. It's an Oklahoma team that early in the year played really well. First weekend of the season, they got wins over Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and TCU. Ranked as high as 8th in the country early. Skip Johnson says then the pitching struggled, and then the hitting struggled. And it just took a while for this team to find the best version of itself. Rolling right now. Remember, they lost 4 straight SEC series to end the regular season. At Auburn, at home against Florida, at Arkansas, and at home against Tennessee.
Then they go to the SEC tournament. Missouri knocks them off in 1 game in the SEC tournament.
A strikeout there, and there's 1 away. Deitan Lachance coming up, and we check out our Capital One rewarding performance on a bum ankle and all.
Yeah, hurts the ankle in that 1st inning, twisted, but he stays in, grinds it out. And then the heroics of how do I run the bases slowly? Well, I hit it out of the ballpark. Take my time. The distance, 409 feet. Exit velocity over 100 miles per hour at 110 with the right launch. The power is there, and it's been there for the 2nd half of the season for Deitan Lachance.
Nobody in the country's hit more home runs in these last 2 months than Deitan Lachance.
I'm giving it the French version, Lachance.
Lachance. How's your French? You good?
Oh, parlez un peu. How about that?
World traveler Eduardo Perez.
All righty then.
That's all you're going to get from me.
All right.
Lachance on a line, center field, in front of Fowler. 106 squared up.
I'm telling you what, when he finds the barrel, it's a collision. That's what it is.
2 for 4 already this afternoon. I don't think it's what OU wants, is to have him on the bases with that ankle the way he's been hobbling, but the bat head stays through the zone flat. I mean, understanding how to be able to lift it.
For a big man too, he's quiet at home plate. There's not a whole lot of extra movement. He just sets the foot down and just throws the hands at it.
Jackson Willits from the right side.
I asked him in the meetings to Deitan. I said, Deitan, who do you think? Have people told you who you look like? He's like, Gary Carter with my curls. Like, he went to number 8 Montreal Expos. Yes, I know, New York Mets later. But he went with the kid back in the day.
Deitan's father was a huge Expos fan.
So was I for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that's rare for young kids to go back to the Gary Carter days, you know. Remember, I used to coach youth league travel ball, and I'd met somebody like Pete Rose or Nolan Ryan, and the kids just look at you cross-eyed. Like, who are you talking about, coach? But you can tell he is a baseball gym rat is what he is. Understands the history of the game. And what a character he is, too, man. I enjoy. And all the kids we talked to, he was probably my favorite one.
He was a joy. I have so much respect for athletes who try to and then exceed and excel speaking in a second language. And he does it so well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
like you.
Sorry, I thought...
We don't even know which one's your first language.
Well,
but seriously, Deitan Lachance did not know English 2 years ago. Lined over short by Jackson Willits into left center field, and this will add on for Oklahoma. Jason Walk scores. Willits squares it up, and the Sooners are rolling again.
And this is why this lineup has been so deep. Willits has been able to give you professional at-bats all season long. Goes 2 for 4 already in this game as well. And he understands Lachance is not running at his best. Line drive most likely would have ended up at second base if Lachance was not at first. Running with his head up. Now runners at first and second.
For Trey Gamble. Tell you what, there's a lot of shades to the 2022 team for this Oklahoma squad. Hot at the right time. That team went to the finals, lost in 2 games to Ole Miss. I think the similarities for me in some ways start with Cord Rager, kind of like a Cade Horton, like got hot at the end of the year.
That's what it takes.
Super talented kid, put it all together late in the year.
I mean, that's what it takes here in Omaha, and really in postseason play is guys have to start to perform at a little bit higher level than what they have all year long, and certainly Oklahoma fits that bill.
Hines puts it away on Gamble for out number 2.
Well, the Cubs are in San Francisco to take on the Giants tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ABC. You can also stream it all on the ESPN app. Now, calling that game is David Ross, former Chicago Cubs manager, longtime MLB catcher. He also played in the College World Series twice, and he has his eyes locked on this game because Alabama pitching coach Jason Jackson is his best friend. They've been best friends since 3rd grade. That photo on the left there was when David won the World Series with the Red Sox back in 2013.
Yeah, Taylor single into center here from Brendan Brock, and Deitan Lachance scores on that bum wheel. Makes it 7-0 Oklahoma.
Yeah, these are important runs as well. You know now the big lefty is going to be out of the game, so what do? You continue to add on. And it's been line drive after line drive, relentless offense. Pitch stays up, down through the zone. And you get that base hit, and the hustle gets him to second base. Good base running all in all.
Oklahoma just getting it done, folks, on both sides of the ball. Rager has been outstanding, and you talk about hitting with runners in scoring position. How about 4 for 7 today for Oklahoma in the moments that it matters the most?
Jason Jackson, who Taylor was just talking about, out for the visit. Evan Steckmesser and Sam Mitchell. And Evan Steckmesser ready to enter this ball game. Insurance for Oklahoma in the 8th on day 2 at the Men's College World Series. Through a rolled ankle from back in the first.
Little Kirk Gibson action right there. If you're thinking Major League Baseball, if you're thinking college baseball, you got to go back to Tony Delmonico when he did it with the hamstrings issues as well.
Alabama will turn to their second reliever of the day in the way of Evan Steckmesser. 23 1/3, 29 strikeouts, making his 19th appearance of the year.
23-year-old fifth-year senior, year 1 with Bama after 2 years at Samford, where he was used a ton. Second and third, 2 outs for Deitan Harris, who had an infield single when he was rolling down the line in the second.
Going to try to put him away here. You have to be aware of the wild pitch.
Inside.
Steckmesser has the highest chase rate on Alabama's pitching staff. He gets the most swings on pitches out of the zone, and he's got the best swing and miss rate too.
Yeah, big misses too.
Fastball, breaking ball, and a changeup.
Roped into right center field by Deitan Harris. Willett scores with Brock right behind him. 9-0 Oklahoma.
You know, we talk about so much what Rager has done on the mound. We've talked also what OU's offense has done, but they've really recognized pitches up in the zone, and they have not missed those pitches this afternoon up in the zone. This one, slider with 2 strikes, stays up, really easy to be able to track, gets it, and now adds on to the lead.
Two-hit day for Deitan Harris.
Ball.
And now Deitan Taki in the 8th spot, who's 0 for 3 so far. Strikeout, flyout, ground out. Does 9-0 change your calculus pitching-wise for Oklahoma?
I don't think so. I still want to get some of my leverage guys in there just to get them a little bit of work with the off days. Now, if Oklahoma had to turn around and play again tomorrow, I might think a little bit differently. But with the day off, no, I still want to get some of my high leverage guys in the ball game.
Saw LJ Mercurius just sitting down after he got up earlier.
Oh, he's ready. He's been ready.
Are you okay with that 9-run game that he's the guy you go to?
Yes, I'm okay with it. This is a College World Series, and you cannot assume anything. Get him in there. Let him get a feel for it.
3-1.
Don't let that pitch count get up in too high so he can be available for multiple innings in a couple days.
Backside base hit, Deitan Taki. Harris motors to third and gets stopped there on a double from Deitan Taki.
I'm telling you what, Oklahoma is putting on a clinic today. They are spraying it everywhere. And you mentioned it, they're not making mistakes. If they get a mistake, they are finding the barrel too. That's a pretty good move to ball. The hands go first, the barrel behind it. Just a 2-seam fastball working to the outside part of the plate. I love this approach. Didn't try to pull it. Just threw the hands at it. The barrel followed it, and a bullet down the left field line.
And Deitan Taki's mother loves it.
If you did not know that Deitan Taki was a left-handed hitter, and you look at the chart, you would think he's a right-handed hitter. The power that he's displayed during the regionals and super regionals have been special.
Kyle Branch had it knocked down by Jason Torres, who got to his feet to end the inning. 4 runs of insurance for Oklahoma. The last 44 College World Series, only 4 teams have lost in their first game and gone on to win the national title. So it's so important to start with a win, and Oklahoma trying to do just that. Quarter Acre's done, and he gives way To the pitcher on the Oklahoma staff who actually leads the team in innings pitched this year, L.J. Mercurius, the UNLV transfer who's been really good in relief.
Yeah, Mercurius making his 19th appearance, 12 starts out of those 19, 70 2/3. You mentioned his innings pitched. How about 92 strikeouts? Opponents hitting just 245 off the right-hander, Mercurius.
6.04 ERA as a starter, 1.59 ERA as a reliever. He was telling us the other day, feels like the bullpen really suits him.
It's a good arm, too. I mean, fastball's low, and it'll tick up into the mid-90s, and he's throwing a little bit harder from what we say out of the bullpen, which is not uncommon. A lot of times as a starter, you got to kind of keep a little bit in the tank for those big moments, but as a reliever, man, you can just come in and let it rip. So the velo's ticked up a little bit. Fastball, slider, curveball, a little bit of a changeup as well. As you can look at Cord Rager.
Enjoying himself, and rightly so.
There is not a better feeling than that in a big moment to go out there and just absolutely shove like that young man did.
The team gets you some insurance, and now you hand it off to L.J. Mercurius.
He's showing off some bling as well around that neck. I'm the first hitter that used to say, can you take that off? I want him to take it off.
You would say that?
Yeah. I want to mess around a little bit with the comfort zone. Yeah, it would be.
Brennan Holt does not. 7, 8, and 9 for Alabama. 96. And it's been first pitch strikes galore from L.J. Mercurius as a reliever. It's almost 80% of the time out of the bullpen that he throws a first pitch strike. His younger brother Xander is expected to start Oklahoma's second game here in Omaha.
And it's easy. It's easy 97.
And it's got some life to it, too. You can see that fastball just kind of stay on plane as it explodes through the zone.
Pairs the heater with a good changeup. Just missed with 96. That might be one where the catcher's target was elsewhere, and that kind of changes the eyes.
The umpire sees you reach all the way across the zone like that, because you could see Lachance was set up on the outside part of the plate. He had to reach all the way across to the inside part. If he'd been set up in there, I think it's probably strike 3.
Ball.
Watch where Lachance is set up. See him on the outside edge, and then watch where he has to reach. And the umpire sees that reach. And that's just enough sometimes for the umpire to say, nope, that's a ball.
Popped up, foul ground. The shift was on, and so no one will get there. Camden Johnson was playing near short instead of his normal third base spot, and LJ's like, all right, what are we going to do? There's Xander Mercurius, true freshman. Again, he's in line to start on a Monday. That's the plan for Skip Johnson. How fun for these two guys to do it together.
Yeah,
has to be.
LJ told us the other day, I wanted to see better competition. Nothing against his time at UNLV. But stepping up into the SEC. And he said he wanted to go where he could join forces with Xander. On the ground, backside base hit, a shift beater from Brennan Holt to get the leadoff man on for Alabama with its 4th hit.
Good piece of hitting down. Pitch down in the zone, 2 strikes. Let it get a little deep. Hit it where they aim. Third baseman playing a little bit more towards the shortstop side of it. A lot of room there.
Yeah, Brennan Holt's bounced around a lot in his career.
5th-year senior, originally from Baton Rouge. He's gone from LSU to Oklahoma State to South Alabama, and now to Tuscaloosa. Strike 1 to start out Luke Vaughn. 0 for 2, 2 groundouts. 1 to short, 1 to second for the 8-man in Alabama's order. Oklahoma's had good luck with brothers. on its pitching staff the last couple years. They had Kyson Witherspoon last year, who went 15th overall to the Red Sox, and Malachi Witherspoon, who went 2nd round to the Tigers, and now LJ and Xander Mercurius. We asked Xander for a scouting report on LJ. Said, he's been pretty nasty recently, but if he leaves his fastball up, he can get in a little bit of trouble. He said if the velo's not there, it's dead zone for LJ. Swing and a miss. That's a sword, and that is filth.
It's a sword because it's a changeup. You're thinking, okay, dead red fastball, 97. You look at the spin, it does not have the dot, and the next thing you know, with that arm movement, it's coming in different, tumbling right at you.
Circle change just kind of turns it over.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Peyton Steele. Bouncer towards short. Jackson Willits, the flip. Kyle Branch, the turn, and it's 2 for LJ Mercurius. Rolling along like he has been in relief. To the 9th inning next in Omaha. 9th inning in Omaha at the Charles Schwab Field, where it's been all Oklahoma. Winner faces either Texas or Georgia on Monday night. That would be 7 o'clock Eastern right here on ESPN. Then the loser comes back 2 Eastern on Monday here on ESPN as Sam Mitchell takes over, the redshirt sophomore right-hander from Madison, Alabama.
Yeah, Sam Mitchell making his 20th appearance of the year, all up out of the bullpen. 29 innings he has worked, 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .282 off the right-hander Mitchell. Fastball, cutter, curveball, and a changeup for Sam Mitchell.
And he gets top of Oklahoma's lineup after they added 4 runs of insurance last inning in the 8th. So again, the winner gets either Georgia or Texas. That's going to be a heck of a ball game tonight.
Yes.
That really is. And look, Oklahoma has been a tale of different. I don't even want to use tape, but just a different team. You said early in the season they started off really well. Then they did not pitch and did not hit. What team do you scout? Now you're scouting a completely different team that leans on the power as well.
But it always begins with what?
Leadoff hitter and pitching.
Good starting pitching. Good starting pitching and playing defense will keep you in every ball game. And then if you can get enough offense, it's been a little bit more than enough for Oklahoma as of late. Pretty average to below average offense for the majority of the year, but it has been different in postseason play.
In foul ground, Jason Torres at the railing almost made the catch. We'll take the shades back.
5 of the 8 innings, the leadoff hitter has reached base for Oklahoma. And that's putting pressure on the defense. That's putting pressure on the pitching.
Yep. And look, when they've gotten their opportunities, well, one of my favorite stats to always look at is runners in scoring position. How do you perform with runners in scoring position? In Oklahoma today, 5 for 9. Like, you can't do a whole lot better than that. And it's a team that was, out of 303 Division I teams, Oklahoma came in 80th best in the country, 302 runners in scoring position. But if you look at postseason play, it's up there around 340. So they have elevated their game just about in every way offensively. We talked a lot about hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and of course they have done that a lot recently. But they've also come up with big base hits with runners in scoring position.
2-2 from Sam Mitchell.
And that's a great thing if you make it to postseason play. You could forget. If you had a great year, great for you. Good for you. Continue to do that. But if you had kind of an okay year, you can just put all that behind you and say, hey, we can't control the past. We can only control the future. Now let's see if we can find a different gear. And Oklahoma has found a different gear in the postseason.
Mitchell pins one to the bottom of the zone to strike out Jason Walk. And there's one away in the top of the 9th.
Just a good four-seam fastball. Just paints it right at the bottom of the zone.
Now Camden Johnson. How about the Alabama side of things? I think Oklahoma, they went to work early. They got 2 in the top of the first. They ran into a really good starting pitcher. What did you see from Alabama, and how do you forecast what's left for them as they would stare down elimination games?
Their top of the order has to produce offensively. They have to be the ones. It all starts with Fowler. Fowler can start getting on base. Justin LeBron, who was very impatient early, saw 3 pitches, 2 outs in the first 2 at-bats, hasn't been able to do much, and then you've been able to control Neal. Those guys have been at the center of their offense when they've been able to win ball games.
Low roller from Camden Johnson into the shift, and that's handled by the third baseman Jason Torres for out number 2.
Yeah, it'll start with Zane Adams, though. Zane Adams, started game 2 of the regional, game 2 of the super regional, so it'll be big for him. He'll have game 2. I feel like he will. It'll be up to him to go out and maybe stack some zeros early. And that's what Oklahoma did in this ball game. I mean, they punched first and they punched off in 2 runs in the first inning. Didn't score a run in the second, but then another one in the third inning. So Oklahoma got out quick in this one. So it's going to be up to Zane Adams to maybe stack a few zeros early and give this Alabama offense a chance in game 2.
Deitan Lachance bats with 2 outs here in the 9th. He has scored 3 runs, all of them on a bad ankle. Deitan Lachance caught a pop-up from his catching spot and foul ground in the 4th. And it looked like he was like, yo, Cord, can you just strike guys out?
Yeah, I'd rather not move around a whole lot. Unless I have to gently jog around the bases with a home run.
Watch how methodical he is at the plate, understanding where his hands are at all times, slowing everything down. Right there, just was anticipating a pitch to be able to catch in front and committed to it before the pitch was even released.
See, asking the umpire there, was that ball low?
It was very low.
I like his routine, though. He kind of gets his hands where he wants them. He'll stare towards the first base dugout. See him kind of stare right there, and then he puts eyes on pitcher. He's ready to go.
2-2, gentlemen, 2-2.
What are his next 48 hours going to be like with his ankle?
Therapy, ice, contrast. The first thing he's going to do is get an x-ray, make sure everything's okay in there. But after that, you're going to have to treat that aggressive.
Yep.
But the contrast is going to have to happen sooner than later.
The idea is going to be able to get the swelling out of that thing, because I'm sure it's going to have a lot of fluid in it, a lot of swelling, and find out a way to try to get some of that swelling out where you got some mobility in it.
Don't run.
Still got hard contact. He lumbers down the line as Torres throws him out. And the rest process almost there for Deitan Lachance. Last licks for the Tide next. Here we go, bottom of the 9th inning, and Alabama only has 4 hits that they've mustered against Oklahoma pitching. They're all singles. And then the Oklahoma pitching staff hasn't issued a walk. They've hit 1 batter, otherwise that's it. Well, we said going forward for Alabama, if they're going to survive here, they need more out of the top of the order. And that's what they have here, starting with Bryce Fowler against L.J. Mercurius. Top 4 in the Tide lineup, a combined 1 for 12, with just a single from Bryce Fowler his last time in the 6th. 23-year-old, 5th-year senior who Rob Vaughn told us today is the heartbeat of this team. He said, our team goes as Bryce goes. Cues 1 foul. I feel like a chance for Bryce Fowler to get drafted next month as a 5th-year senior. Kid who loves the bright lights. They're hoping he has a good long stay here in Omaha.
And if he doesn't get drafted, look, he's going to get an opportunity to play professional baseball. The skill set is there. Just a matter of getting that opportunity.
Taylor asked Bryce the other day about playing center field here with all this space in this ballpark. And Bryce just started shaking his head. He said, I'm a little older. I got to get the joints moving here. Apparently the coaches love chirping him. He said 2 of the coaches asked him if he's going to be able to handle it here. He rolls one at first. The Deitan tacky. One away in the bottom of the 9th.
Most center fielders that we talk to, they want to play in this ballpark because they get a chance to show their skills out, because you got so much more ground to cover out in center field at this ballpark. So you really get a chance to show everybody that you can pick them up and put them down and go make some outstanding. We've seen some unbelievable plays here in Omaha in that outfield from left center field to right center field over the years.
Well, here's Justin LeBron. 2 pop-outs to the right side of the diamond and a strikeout his last time. By the way, we were wondering about L.J. Mercurius and how often he's done this. This has been really efficient, 16 pitches, so you hope to be able to bring him back, and certainly will be able to on Monday night. He's gone back-to-back days already in the NCAA tournament. Back in the regional, 3 innings one day against the Citadel, and then 4 innings the next day against Georgia Tech.
Oh, that's that changeup. See the wiggle from Lachance.
That's so hard for a hitter to adjust to, because the fastball's went up to 97, and then he takes about 10 miles an hour off, and it's not just an off-speed pitch, it's an off-speed pitch on the outside edge.
0-2. Justin LeBron told us the other day that the first 2 years, team-wise for Alabama, early exits in regionals, they didn't win a game. He said that left a really sour taste in his mouth. And so he's been thrilled with this run that Rob Vaughn's team's been on all the way to Omaha. 2-2.
He's got such quick hands at the plate that the bat head stays in and out of the zone really quick. It doesn't stay there long. Thin handle bats, because that's what aluminum bats have. So you end up being just too quick in the zone, and that, you see, is why he struggles against those changeups and also left-handed pitching.
Squares this one up on a line into center.
Well, those are those hands you're talking about right there, because it takes a special set of hands to be able to go up top shelf like that and flatten your swing on a fastball 97, 98 miles an hour. And you could tell he was sitting fastball the whole time. There's a good look at the four seam, but watch him just go up and just flatten that swing on a ball that's marginally a strike, maybe right at the top of the zone or a little bit above, but that's a nice move. And we talk about this kid, we talk about tools. It's very toolsy, but for him, when he figures out the pop that he has, that he can leave in any part of the ballpark, he doesn't have to catch it out in front all the time to hit it hard and leave the ballpark. When he figures that out, that he can leave the right center field as easy as he can, the left center field, I think that's when he's going to take the next step forward.
And I think getting that hit now, at least he was 0 for the game. You get that base hit, get out of the way, it clears that pressure off for the next game. 41 stolen bases this year. He's right now 9-0. He shouldn't be stealing. Staying right there.
That's away.
Ball and a strike on Brady Neal. Strikeout and 2 ground outs to the pull side for him from the 3 spot in their lineup.
That's a difference maker right there, folks. You got to get your foot down as a hitter. You got to get going when you're seeing 97, 98. When he can pull the string like that. And again, it's not just an off-speed pitch. He's placing it perfectly on the edges.
Time to elevate the fastball.
No chase from Neal. Nasty with the changeup. And Oklahoma's 1 out away from a win in the opener.
That's some really good sequencing right there. Changes the eye level to four-seam fastball. Didn't get the swing and the miss he wanted, and right back to that death ball. That changeup just rips it, turns it over, and fades it down and away from Brady Neal.
L.J. Mercurius trying to finish off what Cord Rager started. And for Alabama, the last hope is Jason Torres in the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Runners off, and they'll just give Justin LeBron second. By the way, if you're peeking ahead for Oklahoma, Texas swept Oklahoma back in March, and Oklahoma did not face Georgia at all this season. 2 possible opponents for Monday night.
That's the way.
And I think the big story is going to be the man behind the plate. Will he be ready to play? Once that tape comes off that ankle, this is where the trainers really have to get it done. I know the will be there.
One and 2 on Jason Torres.
Stay up there, Ben.
I think you got options. I would stay up there one more time and then maybe go to the changeup if I don't get the swing and the miss.
The 1-2 in the air right field, tailing down the line, and that's his foul.
Well, they've been attacking Torres up in the zone with the fastball. Rager did it, showing him some spin late.
But I like that approach right there, right? I mean, he's thinking about the changeup in the back of his mind. So he was late on the fastball, which he should be, to have some bat left for that changeup. So the approach was good. I don't think you need to throw a strike here. I like the changeup down, maybe fading below the zone. Maybe you get the swing and the miss you won't.
Outside 2-2. An entire fan base trying to will the end of this ball game. L.J. Mercurius trying to finish it. 2-2. Torres rolls it gently at third. Camden Johnson bare hands to do it in style.
Big time play. Camden Johnson had one choice right there. He had to barehand that ball, and he did, and I mean just a perfect throw. And how about the Sooners? Boomer Sooners, man. Big time for them.
Clean baseball. No errors in this game. This was all about pitching. And it started with a big lefty on the mound, Cord Rager, who was able to keep Bama off the board. Him and LJ, nice job.
LJ says OU. And who's hotter right now in the country than Oklahoma? Probably no one. So they move on into the winners bracket. Monday night, 7 Eastern on ESPN. They get whoever wins tonight's game between Georgia and Texas. Again, Texas swept Oklahoma back in March, and Oklahoma and the Dogs did not square off at any point in the regular season. Meantime, for Alabama, they'll come back at 2 Eastern against whoever loses that game that is still to come tonight at 8 Eastern. Deitan Lachance with Taylor.
Thank you. How much pain were you in all game?
I felt fine. 100%. I'm good to go. There's no problem.
You're lying. Let's go through the home run. When you're rounding the bases, what was going through your mind?
Well, it gave me a good pitch to hit, and I didn't miss it. I mean, I just want to help the team win, and it's all about winning innings for us. I mean, it was huge for us, yeah.
Rager, 7 shutout innings. What made him so effective?
I mean, he attacked every inning. That's all he does. He just attack, and he's confident on the mound. That's all we need from him right now.
How do you utilize that breaking ball with him?
I mean, he can use it anytime you want. He can throw a strike and whenever you want with it. So, I mean, he's nasty, man. That's why he's the best pitcher in the country. Best freshman in the country for sure.
Back to the home run. You told the coaches after you had hit one, the floodgates were open. Why is it with you that way?
I don't know. I guess it's a field thing, but I mean, now the flood's open, so it's gonna keep going.
Well, I'm so happy you're not in pain. Thanks for the time, guys.
You're lying.
His nose is growing. I'm just going to tell you right now. His nose just got a little bit longer.
Taylor looked him square in the eye and said, not a chance. Deitan Lachance. Final score 9-zip Oklahoma. Moving on. We'll get you to the studio with Alyssa, Runes, and Todd. And remember, stay tuned. Still got a big one coming tonight. Texas and Georgia, 8 Eastern, right here on ESPN. For Taylor McGregor, Scott Klein, Eduardo Perez, Ben McDonald, and our entire crew led by Joe McCoy and Billy Proctor, I'm Mike Monaco saying thanks for joining us here in Omaha. Off to Alyssa Lang.
Thanks, Mike, as we welcome you into the